I'm gonna record. You guys know where you're going through. Yeah, well, you all know, right? Right? Chasing trades, right? Oh my God, I was too late. Oh my God, it's going up. Oh my God, everyone else is buying. I need to get in right now. Your liquidity, by the way. If you're new, if you're new, don't worry about that. But that, like, the people who make a lot of money, obviously we know, right, that not everyone, sorry, everyone knows that the market is worth like $7 trillion a day, right? But the only time that the market moves a huge amount is when the money maker, like the millionaires, billionaires, like the big banks, the market makers, when they are trading, that's when it moves really fast. But guess what? They like taking out people who trade emotionally, right? Oh my God, it's such a big movement, and then all of a sudden goes down again. Why do you think that happens? Because all the people that are getting in that first movement, they're emotional traders. They're like, oh my God, I have to. Oh my God, I'm gonna miss it. Oh my God, I need to chase this trade. Oh my, I'm never gonna make money ever again. There's always the next trade, guys. There's always another day. You don't have to chase. Okay, just calm down, right? The market makers are trying to get you. They know that new traders are trading emotionally, right? They know that new traders think that they have to make the money right now, right? Calm down. Oh, it's going up. If you've been on my trading calls, you know what happens. It comes back down, retests, and then goes back up, right? Yep, exactly, right? And then there's also just the ego. It's not even just fear of missing out. It's also like I'm so good, and I am so guilty of this one. This is my biggest thing right here is ego. Because I used to make like I made so much money and then I lost it because of ego, right? All because of ego. I would revenge trade, be like, oh my God, like I'm such a good trader. What happened? Oh my God, and then I would get it in my head, right? It would get in my head there. And then there's another one, lack of self-worth, right? Do I actually deserve to make this money? Especially when you start seeing blues, right? Do I actually deserve this money that's happening right now? I remember, and drop a three if you feel the same way too, if you've ever happened to you. I would make a lot of money, like a lot of money in single trade, right? Whether it's on Skylar's, what it was on my own trading back in the day, what is on the AI, what is on John Oliver, it doesn't matter. And then after the call was over, for some reason, I would take another trade. Be like, why did I just mess up? Why did I just mess up all the results I made? Like I legit just made my 2%, 5%, 10% daily goal, and I decided to take another trade. I decided to, I got too excited and I took a trade at a larger lot size. It hit break even, and for some reason I went back in. Self-sabotage. You guys heard of that? Self-sabotage. You lack self-worth. You don't believe you deserve to have the money you just made. So you're like, I guess I'll do this and get rid of it, right? That's not just trading. That's also just again, when it comes to money psychology, right? You get a shit ton of money. Sorry for cursing, right? You get a ton of money, right? And then all of a sudden it's just all gone. Have you ever heard of lottery winners, right? They win the lottery and make millions, and then it's gone. Why? They don't think they deserve to have that much money. In their mind, they're going to get rid of all of it, right? Financial literacy and so on is all up here. It's all in here. Do I deserve to make this money grow, or am I just going to get back to the income that I think I deserve? So if you make the money and then just lose it right away, you don't think that you deserve to have the money that you just made. Because otherwise you wouldn't have done that. You would have just walked away. You'd be like, "Yep, I deserve this." And you would have done something else. You would have walked away. Instead of feeling the urge, feeling this like I'm trying to think how I used to think. It's like this like anxiousness, like almost like a gambler. I like to think that like a gambler, like, oh my God, I want to push that button so bad. I want to push it so bad. It's right there. Look, it's moving. It's moving, right? That's exactly what it's that gambling mindset, right? Because you don't think you deserve to have the money that you just made. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Can't read my slide again. Sorry, guys. All right, I'm reading the chat at the same time. And then as you think you're in your head, yeah, this ain't a good idea. Yeah, but then you don't close the trade. Then you're negative, right? And you're like, I swear to whoever you pray to, For me, Jesus, I swear, just make it go back. Like, I remember being like negative 1,000, right? I was like, please just make it go negative 500. Then it said negative 500. Please make it just go to negative 100. Oh, please make it. And then it goes back to 2,000 instead because I didn't just take the L because I was self-sabotaging. I was making myself lose more. Why wasn't I in a trade to begin with? You know what I'm saying? All in the mind. All right. So once again, like I said, I keep repeating the same thing because I need to drill this into your guys' head. If you subconsciously feel unworthy of financial success, you will find ways to lose it. All right? You're gonna ignore your trading plan. You're gonna take more than 3 trades, right? That's why I teach my beginners 3 trades. Unless you're a scalper, it's like 10 trades, right? You're gonna enter too soon. You're gonna be antsy. You're gonna be, oh my God, I need to get in right now. You're gonna over leverage, right? You're gonna put in lot size way too high, and you're gonna see those red numbers popping up. You're gonna get that anxiety. And once it starts going up, you're like, oh, I'm so good, I'm gonna enter it again, right? That's what we're gonna do. All right. Can't see my chat again. I need to keep it all in the same thing. So if when I move to chat, it's not just moving everywhere, right? Until your belief changes, your behavior repeats. And I like this cycle right here, right? You have doubt. Like maybe I'm not that good. Maybe it's not that great, right? Maybe copy trading doesn't work. Maybe I don't know. Maybe whatever, just come up with different things, right? And then you hesitate, right? Like, maybe I'm actually not as good as I think I may. Maybe this doesn't work. You missed a move. You see everyone else winning. You see everyone putting in the chat, oh my God, I made so much money. Look, oh my goodness, Sniper Pro. Oh my God, Sniper Pro, John Oliver taking candy from a baby. You can't make this up, right? You get frustrated. Like, why didn't I take that trade? It goes back to entry. Let me just get in right now. Let me just get in right now. It's break even. It goes into loss, right? You get the aim, since that's huge S. That capital H, shame. It's not just shame, it's shame, right? You're gonna get shame. Because why did you enter? You know it's break even. You know everyone else got out. So you're like, dang, why did I do that? Back to doubts. Maybe I'm not that good. Maybe I'm deserved. Maybe this doesn't work. And it just keeps repeating over and over and over and over again. It keeps repeating until you finally realize that something needs to change, right? The definition of insanity. Does anyone know the definition of insanity? Can anyone type that out, right? What's the definition of insanity, right? Because you're saying it right here. Remember, I was saying it repeats over and over and over again. If it keeps repeating over and over again, do you really think that something's going to change if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, right? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. I am guilty of this. I am very guilty of this. I kept over leveraging. I kept entering after winning. I just kept doing it and I never understood why. It's like, why do I keep doing it? Finally, I realized it's all in my head. I didn't think I deserved to make a lot of money. I didn't think I deserved to not live paycheck to paycheck. I was in a scarcity mindset. I was in a self-loathing mindset. I was in a, self-sabotaging mindset. It's as simple as that. Yeah, I made, and the thing is, I literally just made money. And I'm still thinking, oh, this doesn't work. I get angry, like back when the copy and paste trade and be like, wow, why didn't this work? Well, because I made it not work. Because I didn't keep the money. Because I found a way to get rid of it. Because I had self-doubt. Because I lacked self-confidence. Because I lacked whatever was going on in here. I didn't do any personal development, which is, this week here. This is why this week is so important. I didn't work on what's going on in here. Therefore, my trade just kept losing, even though everyone else was winning. So where's the common denominator? If everyone else is winning, but I'm not, what's the common denominator there? If it keeps happening over and over, everyone else is winning, and I'm here stuck, not winning. What's the common denominator? Me, right? It's me. It's my mindset. It's my mind, right? All right. So this is how you can fix. All right. As we were saying before in the other calls, is that what is scheduled gets done, right? If you don't think about it, nothing's going to change, right? If you don't think about, hey, I want to change my weight, I want to change whatever, if you don't write it down, it's not going to happen. That's the exact same thing habit or how it works with trading. If you don't write it down, if you don't journal what's going on, you're never going to catch what's wrong, right? I actually hated journaling for the longest time. I didn't journal. I've been doing this for 3 years. I didn't journal for about 2 years, 2.5 years, honestly. I'll be completely honest. Like I did not journal. And I kept making the same mistakes. Now, luckily for myself, I had enough skill to be able to do something with it, but I would basically make this much money, let's say like the 100%, right? And then lose 50% instead of just losing like 10%, or not anything at all. Just keep the whole profits that I made, but I lose 50% of whatever I made. So not like I made 100% of my account. I'm talking about profit, right? I made profit 100%. And then I lose 50% just because. I'm like, why did I do that? Because I never journaled. I never wrote down what was going on in my mind. I never wrote down how I was feeling, what was going on with the trade. Like I just never did. I just kind of, well, I forgot what I was gonna say here. But I was just trying to figure it out as I was going, in a sense, right? So what I want you to do, right, from now on, when every trade, winning trades, losing trades, break even trades, it does not matter, okay? I want you to start taking note. What is going on? Why am I winning? Even winning is good, right? I'm talking to you guys too. If you guys are winning, obviously something's going well. Write it down. So for the times that it's not going well, you can go back to, man, what was I doing when it was going well? What was going on? Right? And you can reference it. So I'm talking to you guys as well, right? And congratulations if you have your mind in control, okay? But start taking note, right? Forgive yourself. One of the biggest reasons why I wasn't changing the way that I was trading and the way I was sabotaging myself is because I would constantly put myself down. Like, oh my goodness, you've been doing this for so long, and here you are still doing the same thing over and over and over again, the same cycle. How dumb are you? How stupid are you? How, what's it called? Like, I felt like a fraud almost, right? I was like, damn, you're a damn fraud, right? Because I kept doing the same thing over and over again. Because again, I had no self-worth. I had lack of self-confidence, right? So I kept doing the same thing over and over and over again until I forgave myself. You have to forgive yourself wherever you are in your journey, no matter how many mistakes. And this is life advice. This is why I love trading so much. I talk about this all the time. Trading is a life reflection. It really, really is, right? Because even in life, if you make mistakes, if you sin, whatever, if you don't forgive yourself, you're going to do the same thing over and over again because now there's shame involved. And then you're going to isolate yourself. You're going to, whatever it is, same thing with trading. You're gonna have shame. You're not gonna ask for help. You're not gonna ask like, man, I'm doing this wrong. Maybe I can ask my mentor, hey, how did you overcome this? We're mentoring you guys because we've been through this and we want to help you not fall into the same pits we did, right? So if this is something you struggle with, reach out to your mentor, right? Because we've been there. Trust me. Trust me. I've been there so many times. I get it, right? And then journal each and every trade from this moment on. From this moment on. And what do you journal? What do you write down, right? Your emotions. How are you feeling? Good or bad trades? Again, this is for both. I'm talking about both tradings right now. Both things, right? Right? What was going on in your head? Were you anxious? Were you overly excited? Were you sad? Right? Were you in an argument before? Did you have too much coffee? That was a mistake I made actually. I had too much coffee and I would be like a little antsy. And then I would jump on a trade too early. Right? Did you trust the system? Did you trust your trading plan? Did you trust your entries? Did you trust your trading strategy? Did you trust the expert? Did you trust the AI? Or did you have doubt? Do I actually know what I'm doing? Is that actually what I think it is? Or, right? Did you try and control? Right? This is kind of the ego part. Did you try? I know what I'm doing. I know I can predict. I know what's going to happen. No. First of all, we don't know what's going to happen. We react. We don't predict in the trading, right? What was going on in your head, right? What would be the right thinking? We're going to get to that. Don't worry. Don't worry. But yeah, so like what was going on in your head? Just write it down, right? And again, like I said, this is for both because obviously I'm more focusing on the lack of it, but even with the good of it, were you feeling good? Did you Like do a little ritual or something? Did you feel good after? Like what was it that was going on? That's where you're gonna journal, right? Okay. Now, emotional regulation tools, right? Because obviously we don't trade with big emotions. If you're having big feelings, I always tell this to my son too. If you're having big feelings, once again, in life, right? If you feel big emotions, like you're really, really angry at someone, you don't want to lash out at them. You don't want to yell at them. You're gonna step away. You're gonna walk away. Leave the room. I need a moment. Let me calm down. Let me get my big emotions in check, as I say to my son. You seem like you have big emotions right now. Let's take a deep breath. Let's calm down. Let's step away from whatever it is we're doing. Let's step away from like what's making us angry and let's think about what is going on in our body right now. Right? It's like talking to my 6-year-old. So do not trade if you have big emotions, right? If something happened, if you just got in an argument, right? If maybe something emotional happened, like, God forbid, like a death in the family or something, like big things, right? Or even if you just feel off, you just feel sick, you just got up on the wrong side of the bed. You need to know what's going on in your head. You need to understand how you work because, again, you don't need to trade every single day. You don't. There will be another trade tomorrow and for the rest of our lives. You know what I'm saying? If it's not Forex, it's going to be crypto. Like, there's always going to be something, right? Um, and don't trade distracted, right? Something I used to do was like I actually play video games while playing. Like I'm trying to concentrate here. Oh shoot, let me okay. And then I like wouldn't pay attention and might like I wouldn't even put it SL or something like I was distracted. I used to trade while working or something like and this is like my own trading. Obviously copy paste trading is easy, okay? I don't want to take that away because obviously you can do that while you're working and stuff. But I'm talking about my own trading, right? I would trade while I'm working. I would trade, right? I would trade while, is AD here? AD, are you here? I used to trade while driving, right? AD is a cop, by the way. So just letting you guys know. So I would trade while driving, distracted, right? And then not only is that texting and driving, right? I would do it at a red light, but I would do all the things instead of just sitting my butt down and concentrating on the skill that can change my life, right? And then I get mad, be like, why didn't it work? Well, because I didn't give the full attention to what it is I was doing. Once again, this is for my own trading. So if you're doing your own trading, if you're advanced, this is for you, right? So what you want to do with that is just you want to set a time to trade. Again, this is for the AIs. This is for your own trading. This is not applied to copy paste trading, okay? So you're gonna sit your butt down and you're gonna pay attention to what it is you're doing. So you can journal, so you can figure out what's going on. So you're present to know what's going on in your mind, in your brain, right? That's also with live trading. So even if you're a beginner, even if you're copy paste trader, if you're on John Oliver's, right? Because we love John Oliver's and Skylar's calls, right? Or any of them, J.A. Wall, any of them. If you're on their calls, be on their calls. Don't try and make dinner at the same time. Don't try and make, or I guess, breakfast at the same time, right? Don't try and do this like sit down, take notes, and pretend like this can actually change your life, right? Set a set time. If you can't do those, then whenever you're trading on your own on the AI, set a specific time that you can do it, that you can do a distraction free, put your phone away, or if you trade on your phone, at least put on do not disturb, right? So you can be present of what's going on. And then another one is a reset ritual. Kind of the same as a step away in a sense, right? But honestly, a lot of people do this. Once again, trading is so much like real life. If you look at any professional, like football player, soccer player, tennis player, any of them, they all have a pre-game ritual. They all do something before the game to get themselves in the mind, whatever it is. I used to be not a professional, sorry, a competitive shooter, right? I used to shoot in the Junior Olympics and all that. And something that I used to do all the time, right? I would just put in my headphones, put on whatever music I was, back in high school, like Linkin Park, Disturbed, those type of guys, right? I put that on, I'd close my eyes, and I would see myself doing what's called tens, perfect tens, and I would imagine myself doing them, right? Remember we talked about this before, visualization? See how it keeps coming back, right? I did visualization. So what you can do for yourself when it comes to trading now, right? Sit down, think about your abundant life. Think about your affirmations. I am a profitable trader. I follow my trading plan. I don't trade with scarcity. I trade with an abundant mindset. I don't chase trades. right? Maybe take a shower before, right? I recommend not rolling out of bed and trading. That no, you should wake up. You should take a cold shower before. You should be dressed, right? Kind of like it's a job almost. In all honesty, when it came to my own trading, right, that was one of the big things that helped me was actually just being ready, feeling the best, and then hopping on the charts, right? Again, this is for your own trading or the AI trading. Right. And I just felt the best that way. And then I did the best. If you feel good, you do good. Right. Once again, it's like real life all the time. I love it so much. And don't trade in the gambling headspace. Basically, that's coming back to self-sabotage. That coming back to over leveraging. That comes back to taking multiple trades, revenge trading, and so on. Okay. All right. And then we're here on the last slide. All right. When you heal, your trading heals. Trading is not about mastering the charts. No one is 100%. You should know this already. That's why we have risk management, right? You're not trying to become the absolute best trader ever, 100%, what's a 100% profitability and all that. I remember a time where I did have a really good trading history, right? I think on this time I talk about this one all the time. So you people who've been here with me for a long time, you should know about the story, right? But it was back when I was trading NAS 100 about a year and a half ago, I'd say. I remember this very specific. This is very, very good, right? So, oh man, it's still in my mind a little bit. I forgave myself though, right? You got to forgive yourself. So basically, I was profitable for 2 weeks straight. I turned, I think, $500 to $8,000 within like a week and a half within the week, right? Which is honestly, I mean, it's great. It's great and all, but it was because I was very risky and I was still a beginner and I was like kind of doing bad things, you know? So, and I got lucky. I had beginner's luck, as I like to call it, right? And I thought I was so good. I was like, I am such a good trader. I'm 100% trader. I am so damn good, right? To the point where I wouldn't even put a stop loss anymore and whatnot. And then I walked away and then I lost like $7,000. Again, if you've been here, you've heard the story over and over again. The point is, I know, I know, trust, I grew no, it was 300 to 8,000. And within 20 minutes, lost 7,000. I actually blew that account. Yeah, I blew that account actually. So I lost like more than 8,000, right? Yeah. And all because of my ego, because I thought I was so good. And the thing is, this is why I'm bringing this up, is that from that, I didn't trade for a whole 3 months. I was not touching the charts. I was not touching MT5. I was not touching any of the live calls. I was touching nothing because I let it get to my head, right? I used to, or I let it because again, I thought that I had to master. I thought I had to be 100% profitable to be able to do trading at all. It's like, no, no, it's not about that. It's about mastering yourself, right? Because before I walked away for those 20 minutes, not only was I already $2,000 in profit, right? I could have just closed it there. I could have just controlled myself. But on top of that, I shouldn't have been over leveraging to begin with. Why was I over leveraging? Why did I feel like I needed to gamble? Why did I feel like so arrogant? Why did I feel like I didn't have to hop on any more calls? Because at that point, I didn't hop on any more live calls. I thought I knew it all. Why did I stop being a student? Because I was self-sabotaging. I just made $8,000 in 2 weeks, and I didn't think I deserved it. So I found a way to get rid of it, right? It's about mastering yourself. It's about mastering your emotions. It's about mastering that doubt, capturing it, throwing it away, and filling your mind with abundance, filling your mind with self-love, forgiving yourself for any past mistakes, forgiving yourself for anything else that you've done in the past, and allowing yourself to grow, allowing yourself to finally see what your higher self is meant to see. You're meant for abundance. You're meant for greatness. And you know you need to change something in order to get there. Mindset. It's all in here. It's 99% in here. Because it's real easy to copy and paste two numbers now, isn't it? But it's also real easy to take another trade after that trade hits take profit just to lose the profit that you just made. Okay. Peace is the most profitable state of mind. Feeling at peace after a loss or a win, honestly. Feeling at peace and not feeling your heart going fast. your heart beating, you have to check, oh my God, isn't, oh my God, it's a profit. Oh, whoops. See, look, I'm dropping my phone. But you know, oh my God, it's in the negative. Oh my God, I have to check it. No, peace. You already accepted how much you're going to lose because you followed your trading plan. You followed your risk management. You can set it. Be like, I'm okay with losing 1% of my account, but I'm also okay with making 2% of my account because I am following the plan. I am trusting the process. I am trusting my experts. I am trusting my AI. I am trusting my trading strategy, right? That is it for me, guys. I hope you guys learned something. Go ahead and drop a fire if you guys feel motivated, if you guys feel like, dang, yeah, I need to work on my self mindset or my self-worth, right? This is why mindset this week is so, so important because it is all in the mind. Trading is a reflection of what's going on in here. Okay? All right, let me go ahead and stop the recording real quick if I can figure it out. There we go. Perfect. All right, guys. I